What's happening, Cowboy Nation? This is your boy, Gen X Cowboy, coming to you from Family First. Listen, I want to get into this Cowboy news, but before we get into it, I want to ask y'all a question. Did the Cowboys do enough? Right? Listen, I know we happy about Christian Parker, Rashan Gary, Kobe Durant, what we did in the draft, Caleb Downs, all of that. But did the Cowboys do enough? I want to discuss that. Go in first. Because, see, it's important. All of it looks good. But I want to talk about, did we actually do enough? Because I can see some things that might don't go our way. But before I get into that, let's listen to a couple of Cowboy reporters who got a little bit of news and give their thoughts on how we should move going forward. Let's go.
Prep right there, get that arm across. Get that hand on the chest with the thumb down. That way my eyes go up. When you go here, your shoulder's gonna pull back. So it's the same thing. If I'm pressed, all right, he goes, like he starts dancing, I'm just gonna throw it. If we're just trying to just mirror with our hands behind our back the whole time, we're at their mercy. You know what I'm saying? He knows where the ball's going, you gotta use your feet, which you got good feet, but you don't wanna have to use only that. Use your weapons.
It's the best player in the draft right there. Best player in the draft.
Bring him back.
Y'all mark my word on that.
Bring him back. Scoop it up. Yes, sir, Cole. Yes, sir, Cole. All right, you see what happens when we over-communicate right there?
That's new Cowboys DC. Christian Parker mic'd up. The Cowboys on that short list of teams that just need their defense to get back to being the middle of the road, to be dangerous. Their training camp starts coming up on July 28th, a month and a little bit of change until they get going. For more on Dallas, we'll say hello and good evening to our friend Jane Slater joining us now on the Insiders. Got to see the hands-on approach from Christian Parker as they'd like that defense to be a little different this time around, Jane.
Shout out to our producers for getting that on, because I think it's so important for the fans that are trying to get a sense of who this 34-year-old first-time DC is. I'm just going to start calling Christian Parker Professor Parker, because when you listen to some of his press conferences, you truly learn something. So that is your all-season homework, fans. Go check him out there on DallasCowboys.com. One thing he really talked about this week was that most good schemes find ways to compartmentalize board meetings for different position groups. In other words, that was his response to what's the language going to look like for this scheme. Remember, it's 4-3 multiple. That's going to be the base of it. Or 3-4 multiple. That's going to be the base of it. He says the categories you typically do by pressures or coverages or different types. He told us he's got an Excel document with weapons, NBA teams, insects. He just wants to make sure that he's got enough inventory to fit those words or whatever it might be. My point in saying all of this is it is extensive in the way that he is rebranding and reorganizing how they go about this. I love that they've bottom lined this here. They're using a pop quiz method as their teaching method. Why? Because look, there were times last year when you looked at this defense and they were freelancing a lot. I don't think because you had a lot of the guys that were injured or you had the holdout situation or hold in rather with Micah Parsons that we ever really got that roster on the same page as it related to this defense. And when you listen to Christian Parker and when you listen to the players or even guys like Darren Woodson who have been up there and sort of paid attention to what's going on this season, you get the sense that not only is he making sure they're all on the same page, but you better be ready for pop quizzes. I don't know about you, Tom, but when I would get pop quizzes, I'm not always good at thinking on my feet. Sometimes you'll see when I do these live shots, I stumble on my words. I would struggle if I was those players, but I certainly would make sure that I'm coming ready to practice.
Listen, whatever it takes for Christian Parker to get this defense back to, I don't care if we turn into from 31 to 15 or even 20, the 20th ranked defense. That's all we need with the offense that we have right now. I want us to slow down a little bit on Christian Parker too. I want to be 100% on board with this 10 toes down. but I have to see him call a defense in the regular season. I have to see it, man. You know, all of this sounds great. I think the guy is one of the brightest minds in the game, right? But I need to see it on the field. I need to see it on the field. I don't want to be like all these other people looking at him with rose-colored glasses, and this guy has never called a defense in his life. He has all the tools. I agree. He has all the tools, but he has never called a defense in his life. And I need to see that first before I jump all on board this wagon here, right? Do I think he can do it? Yeah, I think it's going to take some time. I think it's going to take maybe game 4, game 5 where he hit his strides. I don't think he's going to come in here week 1, week 2, and we got a top 10 defense. If that happens, he gone. You understand that, right? You understand that if Christian Parker came in this league and the first 4 games, we're immaculate, he is out of here. We got him for 1 year. 1 year. Just keep that in mind. So I'm not hoping he failed or anything like that. So I want him to do great. It would be beautiful. We get to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl with him and we only had him for 1 year, fine. I think he's brought some remnants of who he could leave to be in charge with the coaches that he has brought in. But I need to see it on the field. That's number 1. Number 2, cornerback position kind of worries me a little bit. DaRon Bland had a bad year last year. I know he was hurt a little bit, but he had a really bad year. The year before, he led the league, broke a record with interceptions, right? But he struggled last year. We brought in Kobe Durant. We drafted Siobhan Rivell last year. We drafted an injured player, and I don't know if you guys know my take on injured players. I believe, in my opinion, Cowboys hadn't good luck drafting injured players. I mean, the past 5-6 years, starting with Sean Lee, and that was past 5-6 years. Sean Lee was a great player for the Cowboys, but he was never there when we needed him. So I don't believe in drafting players that are injured before the draft, right? And Siobhan Rivell was one of them last year. We took him a little early, in my opinion, to be, the Cowboys needed a cornerback. Trey Diggs was coming off an injury, coming off an ACL. He's never returned to what he was. So we didn't have the cachet to take a corner who was injured last year in the draft. So I thought that was a bad pick, but it's all good. Hopefully he gets himself together. He does a great job contributing to the game this year. Christian Parker, I have hope. Christian Parker has coached Pro Bowlers. The guy in Denver, 2 in Philly. Pro Bowlers, all pros, not just Pro Bowlers, all pros. And I'm looking forward to see what he can do with our cornerbacks, right? So that's a plus, but I have to see it on the field. I have to see that on the field. So I'm a little concerned about the cornerback position. Linebackers, I'm not concerned. We got Agent O coming back. We took some guys in the draft that I'm really hyped up on. I'm really high on. We got a couple of guys who played last year who was rookies, and they look somewhat promising. Defensive line, that's the least of my words, the defensive line. I think the defensive line is going to be immaculate this year. My real concern is that cornerback position. I need DaRon Bland to get back on his square and do his thing this year. I really do, man. I need you to get back to where you were before. And not only just the interceptions, I'm talking about making plays. He had a couple of games last year where he looked like his old self, but that was it. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, guys, this is Gen X Cowboy coming to you from Family First Sports. Now, you will be seeing me a lot more. I am back from my hiatus. I was trying to wait to July 28th when training camp really begins, but I couldn't. I had to come on here and say something because you guys been loyal to me, man. I really appreciate the love. That Caleb Downs video, you guys supported me so much with that, man. I really, really appreciate that. There's going to be a lot of that coming. And I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all, man, for coming to the show. And please like and subscribe to the channel. Share the channel. You're going to see a lot of me, and I want to have y'all on the show. So when you put your comments on, I'm going to put your comments on the screen. We going to get to know each other. Cowboy Nation, stand up. This is Gen X Cowboy coming to you from Family First Sports. Y'all stay up.